Are you? Like, are you being your authentic self? Are you living up to the expectations of what society deems us to be? Are you living up to the expectations that our parents and our grandparents want us to be? I mean, really think about it. Since we were kids, our parents want us to go to college straight out of high school. A lot of parents wanted us to take over their business. They wanted us, they just had all these goals for us, but are you who you really want to be? Being your authentic self. I had to come today being my authentic self. I mean, like, think about it. Even in relationships, we meet somebody new and we portray ourselves to be somebody we're really not because we're trying to catch them. And then later on, as you're living with them, you start to learn who people really are. And is that the reason why marriages are failing? Think about it. A lion has a cub. They typically just train them to hunt so they can eat, basically on how to survive. And then at a certain age, they move on. Fish, they give birth to their young and then they're gone. They don't have to live up to these expectations, And then as we get older, we find ourselves unhappy because we don't know who we are because we were too busy trying to meet the standards of social media and our parents. And we find ourselves lost, unhappy, and in a failed marriage, failed friendships. I'll bring it back to myself real quick. So growing up, I'm from Iowa, lived in Texas, came to Phoenix, and my parents, they wanted me to go off to college. They knew that that's what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to go off to college to be a beautician or to be an artist because my dad's an artist and I can do artwork very well. I do hair very well. I do braids. And they wanted me to seek all of that, but that's not what I want. I didn't know what I wanted. Heck, all I knew is I just wanted to be free and do whatever I wanted to do, but I never really found who I was until I got older. Like the last 5 years is really when I found out who I was. I was trying to live up to the expectations of the Western American society, the social media. We have to weigh a certain weight. We have to have a college degree. We have to know what we want. I, as a Black woman, have to have straight hair to be accepted in a work environment. I have to wear straight hair, permed hair to be accepted when I go out in public. That's not me. Is it you? Did you really go to college for what you wanted to do? Are you really in the career you really want to be? Most of us are not. Most of us are just going with the motions to make everyone else happy. That's all we're doing. Are you happy? I am going to be my authentic self, and I'm going to ask you got to start being your authentic self. Because typically, if you're coming home and you're just upset and you're not happy, you're frustrated, you're yelling at your kids, you're upset with your parents, it's because you've lived up to their expectations. You need to strip all of that away, and you really need to really reevaluate yourself. Reflect on yourself. Do you want to go backpacking for a week or a month or a year? If you're able to, go do it. Find you. Do you really love yourself? Has your self-esteem been shut down? Torn apart? Are you really happy? We walk around every day with big smiles on our face because we want our family to see us happy. But we're not, because we're living their dream. Family expectations. Do you really want to die one day and be like on your deathbed and be like, I didn't get to? I wanted to be a zoologist and I didn't have the opportunity to. I wanted to be an engineer and it didn't happen for me. Do you really want to do that? Do you really want to go spend $10,000? And I actually considered it because that's the image that America has given us women. We have to have a small waist, big butt, big breast. And I considered it. I considered paying $10,000 to go get a mommy makeover. Why? I am a proud mother of 6, one of which is my bonus child. Just 2 years ago, I delivered twins, and my body is not what society would be. And I considered spending 10 grand on getting you know what I could do with 10 grand? I can live my best life with my family and go take us to Disney World, take us to the Bahamas. Why am I spending my money just to fulfill society? So this past summer, bringing it back to myself, I decided I'm not going to live by what Western society feels I should look like. I cut off all of my relaxed permed hair and went natural. I stopped wearing makeup to lighten up my skin because it's deemed too ugly to be a dark woman. I now wear makeup my color. I now dress the way I want to dress, not because of what society tells me to be. So I'm going to tell you who I am. My name is Autumn Coleman. I'm a mother of 6. I have an amazing husband. I am a hard-working Black woman raising 3 of those children of Black men. And I have to teach them different things. So I'm here to tell you just to own you, learn to love you, and find your authenticity and be your true self and figure out who you are. Back to you, Dylan.
All right, I would like to take a few-minute break to allow